I went one,
Am I the host now?
yep, I went 1 minute over, kind of. Anyways, go ahead.
I forgive you. I want to thank Rabbi Mark because without his inspiration and his guidance, mentorship, my vision for our education at TBA really would not be possible. There are also several donors I can see online right now that have really helped financially support us through our education journey. And I just want to thank Diane, she's standing out to me, and Judy, and I saw Rosemary on here before, but they have all been huge contributors to help our kiddos. So thank you very much. I want to share with you the committee that's really behind this stream. So we have several of them online right now. Nancy Lepori is part of our ed committee. Judy Winokur. I see Alyssa Peretz. I also see Sarah Goldflam. And hopefully soon we will see Kim Boothby Fogel. And those are the women, any men can join too, but those are the women that have really given us the backbone to celebrate this incredible new journey we're taking. So behind me in my virtual world, it says team at TBA, and team stands for Temple Education About Me. And we felt that we needed to change the program. It rushed us a little bit with COVID, but we wanted to make sure that our kiddos were coming to the program and to the synagogue because they were getting something personal out of this as far as their Jewish journey and identity. So we have really established something hybrid. We're hoping to go back once a month on Sundays as a community. Families would be coming together. And you're going to hear all about this program, not from me, but from my team. And we're going to get started. I'm going to share my screen with you. Can everybody see that? It says team at TBA. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, good. Okay. So I'm going to turn it over to Alyssa. She's got some information about what this is all about.
Well, I want to start by saying, first of all, Jen, you are such a rock star. I am so lucky to be working with all these fabulous people. I'm also an educator, and I also have 3 traditional Hebrew school graduates. I wish that this program would have been available when they were in school, but better late than never. This program was really designed for the 21st century student and family. And our temple has always been very forward thinking. So it's no surprise that, that this plan was in place pre-pandemic, actually. It was really designed to be inclusive and to connect the students to the curriculum and to really just get them excited about learning and being part of the TBA community. So, it's virtual, but it's also very flexible because of that. And we all know that we need to be flexible during this time. And the students somewhat have a say in the program, which is so nice because it's like, there's a menu of activities in which they can choose. We're calling them hugim, they're electives. So really will bring the students together in a way that they never have had that opportunity because, again, it's interest-based. So, again, there's music, there's prayer, there's Hebrew, but it's going to be really fun. We're really excited to roll this program out, and feedback is really important. And Jen is so open to that. And we all just want the program to be stellar. So I don't really have much more to say, except that I'm really excited about it.
And one of the things that I'm most excited about is that we get to offer this free to our members, which has not been something TBA has been able to do in the past. And so I really want to emphasize this. We have our sustainability model, which allows families to contribute what they can. We give each family an idea of what it costs to run the congregation, and then it's really up to you. In the past, you would be paying fees for education on top of that, and we have taken that part out of the equation. Education, Jewish education for children should never be hindered by a financial strain, and we wanted to make sure our members knew that. So thank you, Alyssa.
You're welcome.
I'm going to move into a little bit of the Hebrew program for K3, and I will be primarily meeting with the kiddos, working on learning their letters. So we'll start with the Aleph Bet. If they're more advanced than that and they're learning decoding, I will work with them on decoding. We have several options, and many are going to be through web-based programs. So you can see Shalom Hebrew is an app that our littles will go ahead and get. As at the bottom, you can see JI Tap. That's another program that I'm working with. And all of these programs are designed to help kids go from letter recognition to sounds to the vowels, putting together and decoding. Very similar to when our littles learn how to decode in English. So we will be doing that. As kids progress K through 3, they will continue to go up. They will not be with a group, a cohort of kids that are all necessarily waiting for everybody to finish learning their letters. When they learn their letters, they move on. When they've got their vowels, they move on. So we're not holding anybody back, we're just sending them forward. Our 4 through 7 program is designed for all Hebrew readers already, kids that are decoding, and it's based on prayer. We have been using a program called Mitkadem the last few years. It's been very successful. Our kids are learning our prayers without having to just memorize through tunes and not know the words and not know the meaning. Now they're understanding what they're doing. We're switching to Hebrew and Harmony because they're more web-based, and we really feel that this will be a successful program. And Morah Sarah is coming back again to teach these kids. And again, all of the Hebrew and follow-up Judaica will be done with either myself or with Morah Sarah during the week at scheduled times for families. So if we can get a cohort of kids that can all meet at the same time, we'll do that. And these will be short 15, maybe 30-minute sessions, depending on the needs of the kids. So again, we are working with you to make it easier on your schedule. I'm going to let Rabbi Mark tell you a little bit about our Zion class.
Back on. We have a program for, it's my wife's computer is still giving feedback. We have a program for our Zion students over the years that was designed so that I was able to spend time with them and getting to know them, interacting with them as they move through that last year of our religious school program. And what this does is it allows me to really, and again, I spend time with them during the year, during the program, but in that last year, we have 1 day a week where I'm actually able to see them, interact with them. This last year, we did part of that interaction was online. And so it was a group that was already very close to each other and had really bonded, and we hope they continue to work together. Some of their parents are on the line right now, so they know how wonderful their kids are, but it really was almost, if I could have had a group that had to deal with this, this mid-year unexpected change, I could not have asked for a better group of kids to do it. This year, obviously we're going into it with the knowledge that it's going to be online. And we have another really great group of young people, and some of you are with us. Some of those parents are with us. And what we'll be doing is using some of the materials that we use over the years, which also it did include multimedia. One of the things that we did every year as part of our curriculum for the 7th grade, for the Zion level, pre-bar and bat mitzvah year, was that we worked on understanding who we are as Jewish Americans. And part of that was using a multimedia presentation to tell our story. So there were 2 main projects that were part of the Jewish America program. One was creating a presentation on your family's story of how they came to this country. And so we've had some really great stories over the years. And I have a few of the video presentations that I would love to show you. Maybe we'll do that one day. We'll put them up now that we are doing more online, put up some of these great videos that have been done over the years, slide PowerPoint presentations, but also videos that were done by some of our students over the years who were really into video and editing. They were able to put together a family story. And so one of the things that we're able to do is we're able to, my wife is now standing behind us. She's fun. So we have a family exodus story, and we come to that point in just after the new year starts on the secular calendar. Usually families have had a chance to talk to their grandparents, even maybe great grandparents, and get family stories, and then assemble them, and they get a really good sense of their own stories. Also, by that point, we're getting to the Jewish history of mass migration to the United States, where a lot of their families, the time that a lot of their families came. So it makes this real. And as I tell the students every year, this is really the most important history you'll ever learn. I love history, but learning about your own personal history is always something that is so important because, again, it's who you are. So and believe it or not, some of the things that we take for granted that our young people know, they don't know. And every generation, we're getting further and further away from that understanding of what it was like to grow up on the Lower East Side. What was it like to grow up during the Depression? And making these kinds of, we talk about Jewish merchants, Jewish peddlers, to find out that your great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, in some cases now, were exactly these people that we're talking about. We went from having a little cart to eventually opening a store. And we even had some young people whose grandparents, great-grandparents ended up opening department stores, exactly what they read about in the history books. So it's a really important part of our not the only part. We also have a,
and that's another bag of stuff to schlep to the car.
we also have a big part of the year is studying Torah and learning Torah together, so that the young people are ready to present a Devar Torah, a drash, when it comes time for their B'nai Mitzvah. So these are things that are big parts of our Zion year. In the past, and we'll see what happens this year, our Zion level also, as the oldest group, gets to help lead the Passover Seder, which, God willing, we'll have a Passover Seder in person, and they get to help lead the Tu B'Shvat Seder. Maybe that might be pushing it, but usually, again, during the time of Tu B'Shvat, we have a outdoor Seder. Maybe we'll be able to do that this year, where we have fruits and produce from the land of Israel. And so the Zion kids, as the oldest group, they get to help lead. So those are some of the things that we do in the Zion level. I've now monopolized this time, and I'm going to send it back to Jen. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi Mark.
I really like my.
He doesn't really have great teeth. I'm sorry.
I got a purple shirt.
You did get a purple shirt.
Purple Viking shirt on, and I should look that good. All right.
Tried my best.
All right. Zion.
So this is our Sunday in person program, and I think Judy is on. Yes, I see her. So she's going to tell you a little bit about our Sunday program, hopefully when we go back. If not, I'll give you a little virtual idea of what might be happening.
Okay. Am I alive?
You're alive.
Okay. So I get to talk about a really fun component of our Hebrew education program, and that is our Sunday program. So once a month, we're going to have something really fun for the kids to do. And we'll start off doing that virtually. So, we will provide all of the components that the children will need for the activity of the month. And then we'll guide the children online virtually for that. And then once we can go ahead and meet in person, we will move toward that, doing the activities that we can do in person. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be safe. And it's a great way for the kids to learn more about our culture and have a good time. So that's going to be once a month Sunday program.
So I want to highlight a couple people that are helping out that I know of right now. We have, and I don't think she's on, she was on a little while ago, but Judith Stolnitz is working on a very special project for art that will be a mural that the kids will be doing that will go up in a special room in our building that's being renamed very shortly. But that is a year-long project that the kids will do with her throughout the year. So that's really exciting. We have some field trips planned in the spring if we're able to do them. Primary trip and an upper grade trip. We have community service that's super important right now. And we want to make sure that you understand that when you come in on Sundays in person, it's a family experience. So while our kiddos are doing electives, the Hugim, parents are invited to workshops. And that doesn't have to be just a parent. If you don't have a kid in our program, you're still welcome to come. But we want to make sure that we're hitting some very important parent ideas, topics, things that are going on. And I'm going to have, I think Sarah's on here. Sarah's going to talk about that in just a second. One of the things that we'll all do together, though, will be a family morning service. So the kids know, and we'll probably start having families being our leader online, and we'll be able to share in prayer. And you might even find some special delivery on your doorstep if you're registered for our program on Friday, this coming Friday, to help you with our first virtual class online Sunday. So I'm going to leave it to Sarah.
Hello, everyone. I am Jen. I just want to say I really like your background.
Thank you.
And I am coming to you from what Hal and I call our broadcast center. He does court calls and I do counseling sessions from here. So we had to create this, but I kind of dig yours. I want that. So anyway, hello, everyone. And as Jen was just saying, we're going to be doing some parent workshops, and I think we've got some fun things planned. I'm an adult educator of sorts, I suppose, but I also have a 9-year-old in Hebrew school, and I have a recent grad. And actually, Zachary has informed me, he's not here with me, but I'm going to speak for him, that he is wanting to prepare and get better at his virtual presenting skills. So maybe he can volunteer here and there. So anyway, the parent workshops are going to be things where hopefully, we're touching on things that are interesting, things that are relevant, things that are exciting for parents. We have our first one coming up on the 23rd. And this is definitely a hot topic right now. She's an educational psychologist, and she's going to be helping us with understanding and maybe giving us some techniques and support for our kids who are doing all of this virtual learning. I know my kids just started this past week. I know there's a few others online here that have kids that started, and here we go. We got to have the best attitude that we can, and this will certainly help. So another thing that I wanted to mention is that during this time of not being able to go there per se, I'm going to be getting what we're going to call the Kibbutz room kind of up and going. And so that way, when we are able to be together in person, we'll have a nice warm and comfortable place to get together as a community and Kibbutz together. So if you have, also, I wanted to mention, we do have our calendar a little bit set, but I am certainly open to any ideas. And so if anyone online here has something that they want and feel like is a really hot topic, I would love to hear it. And I'll look forward to hopefully getting that put together, okay?
I'm just checking the chat. I mean, you guys are amazing. So the Sunday program, I see Dr. Keaton is on. The Sunday program is for K all the way to 7th. So if you've got even a TKer, I think they could benefit from it. And I would be happy to talk to you about that. And I want to thank Sarah and my team for really going out and trying to find some important things for parents, because the idea of community is something really important here. And we want our children to see how important it is to have their parents as role models in our Jewish world, whether it's virtual or in person. And a shout out to Alyssa and Mrs. Jacobs for helping us find out about Mrs. Adachi, who will be with us next week. She'll also have a Q&A session, so if you have questions and they don't get answered during her presentation, she's willing to stay online and talk. This presentation will be coming to us at about 11:15, and I'll send a link out for that. So just parents can plan on 11:15. We'll probably do a morning service at about 10. I'm still working out your times, but we'll get you there. I want to bring this to you. This is a resource that was a collaboration amongst many teachers, and it's a Jewish online library. All of these links, and this is going to be available to you through the TBA website. It'll be under education. But all of these books are links, excuse me, I'm sorry, to SafeTube. So these are not, you don't have to worry about ads coming across, but they're all read alouds. So this, I just picked something from nothing, and this will be a virtual read aloud to your kiddos.
When Joseph was a baby, his grandfather made.
Let me close that because it's big. Okay, so you've got lots of books, but then you also have, I just love, somebody added this and it just warmed my heart. So I wanted to know what this was. Well, it's a potato knish recipe. How cute is this? I just love it. So I thought
Hi, everyone.
Mrs. Blazer might really like
Welcome
this
to my-
too. All these little recipes that the kids can find out about. This one's about bagels. How fun could this be? So if you click around, there are other things that I think the Torah does something, the basics of Simchat Torah.
Hey, welcome to Everyday Jewish
Who
Mom.
knew?
My name is Marty, and today
This world out here is insane with things that are available to our kiddos in a safe way, and we have to explore. So this is another way for them to explore. I hope that you give them the access to this so that they can see what they like. Maybe they'll find a new book they want me to put on the bookshelf, but I wanted to have a great start for all of you with our online library. The other thing I want to add about the online part is each week attached to the eBlast, there will be a PJ Library read aloud. It might be me reading it. It might be a member of the congregation, could be the rabbi. Who knows who the mystery reader will be? But each week we will have a PJ Library book that can be accessed to our families or anybody that just would like to listen to a story. This next portion is also library related, but this goes to our new librarian, Nancy Labori.
Hi, everybody. We are in the process of getting this set up. I'm hoping to have someone, we are going to be using, I just lost my notes. We're going to be using BookSource Classroom Organizer. And what that allows us to do is take pictures of the book and put it on the organizer, and you will be able to go through that list, which is going to be very long, and reserve books that you want your child, or your child can go in there and pick the books they want. We're putting the covers on so it's a little easier for you to see what type of book it is. And we're also taking the time to organize the library so it's easy for us to find when you want it and when we return it. So it's going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to start with some general books and high holiday books, and we'll get the Passover later on. I just want to get the general books and the holidays that are coming up on there first. During the virtual, you can let me know that you can order something. We'll figure out whether you're going to pick them up from the temple or whether I'll be delivering. That will basically based on how many people are using it. If we have 40 people using it, I cannot deliver everything. So that'll be as needed, as desired basis. When we come back, we'll have it open on the Sundays that you are there. But if you want to get a book more often, you'd contact me and we'll figure out how, once we're open, it'll be easier for you to pick them up. And it's just going to take some time because we first have to organize. We've had this library. Some of the kids have used it. I've used it with my classes in the past, and it's been very difficult for them to figure out where the books are and what they are. So we're trying to make that much easier. But you will get my contact. We will give you, when it's organized, you will get all the information on how to use it. And that's about it.
Thank you very much, Nancy. She is working very hard. I want to shout out to her husband, John, as well, recent retiree, who's now volunteering time to help Nancy in this endeavor. So thank you both very much. Let me click on my screen. So I don't see Kim. Kim Fogel, are you on here? Kim Fogel-Boothby? I don't see her. So I will take this one. Ignite. This is our teens. So our Ignite teens can start pretty much from their 7th grade year. It's supposed to be post bar mitzvah, but we've taken, if they're interested, we want them to participate. So kids like Zachary Goldflam will be joining this cohort of kids. My daughter, Rabbi Mark's daughter, Shira, Kim's son, they're all a part of this. They have done lots of community service. They have worked 2 years. Sarah Petrie, Sheila's daughter, she's also part of this. So I don't want to miss any of our kiddos. But they volunteer in the community. They've done Mitzvah Corps with other teens in the Valley, which was amazing for the last 2 summers. They've also done community service with the Thankful Giving food delivery for Thanksgiving. That was amazing too. So we've had a couple of years of really cool community service projects. And this year we're going to continue that, and our teens are going to help lead those things. But there's also madrachim. These are the tutors. So let's say during the week, my daughter Olivia is ready to do some volunteering. She can go on a Zoom call with one of my littles maybe and work with them on their alphabet. She can check in with the kids that are maybe doing decoding, and she's working with them on decoding because these are all graduates of our program who all are very capable kiddos. So then there's that social part, because you're a teen, right? You got to have a social life. So as soon as we can get them in person, we will. They have a room designed for them, and we are working on actually changing it to a larger space just for them. So hopefully that will come very soon. But we want them to socialize, and we want them to be able to go out on adventures as well. We've done Knott's Berry Farm. We've done Mount Asia, bowling. We've gone to escape rooms. Lots of different things because we want them to socialize together. So please, if you have a teen, know a teen in our area that would like to be involved, we would love to have them. I'm missing a slide, and it's probably completely my fault. My Judaica slide was not in here. I humbly apologize for that. I just want to tell you about Judaica very quickly. There was on your registration, you had a form of interests. I use those interests to build your Judaica program personally for your child. So if your child is interested in something specific, I'm going to tailor their program to that need, but I will always try and add one other thing that might be new and different that they should explore. So we want to take that time to enhance, but also give them something personal, that whole idea of Temple Education About Me. The last thing I want to share to you is if your child does not have a device, we have devices, we have Chromebooks for you. And you just have to let me know and we will reach out and get that to you. There will be a special delivery on Friday this week. I want to thank Alyssa for helping me with this. That delivery will be a bag that your children will have for the year, at least until we're in person again. And what we're hoping to do is that we will give you the bag the week before or the weekend before with all of the things you need for the Sunday that we are not together, with a little special treat in there for the ONEG. And then you will, within the month, return it to a box that will be reachable at the temple. So you'll just reach through the fence, drop your little bag in there, and then we will refill it and send it back the next month. So may sound complicated, but it's really not. And we're just hoping that we can keep this going while we're not able to be together. So with that, I will check the chat and see if there are any other questions. Lacey, absolutely. My daughter's in 6th. She's not going to be way behind because we're going to go ahead and we're going to get her started, Mr. Goldberg. So don't you worry. Toddlers, I think toddlers would be fine at the family service because they're family. And I think I got them all. Yes, we are able to address special needs services or special needs students. That's a big thing for me because I work in a school with an autism program and all sorts of preschool kiddos that have special needs. And many of our lessons are designed to be inclusive. So I think that that will be a really important aspect. We want to make sure families feel that whatever their child's needs are, we can meet them. Diane, I see my friend Diane's got her hand up virtually, but she's gone. Let's see if she comes back. If she comes back, I will recall on Diane. Any other questions? Because I know I've taken up lots of time this morning, but oh, can I just stop because I totally blew it. Wendy, please, please, please accept my apology. Wendy is like so uber like important to my program. Wendy is our musician. She is our song leader. She helps us with all of our programming, our seders. I can't do it without Wendy. So please, no, Wendy, can you just come on for a minute and share a little bit?
Don't worry. Oh, sure.
I was not prepared. I did not have my speech. Well, I wanted to say I want to be one of the people that reads the book to the kids. So you could put me on your list for that.
Love it.
And I really miss singing with the kids in person. I know it's like pulling teeth to get some of them to sing. So we're going to have to figure that out. You'll have to help me figure that out.
We will do it.
I'm hoping we can continue with that.
I see a lot of them with my public school kids right now. Every time I bring on music, there's like 4 or 5 that won't get out of their chair. And then they see me standing up in my office and I'm dancing and singing. And the next thing I know, we're all dancing and singing. So it just takes a little bit of time. And when they're the only one sitting in the chair and the rest of their class is all up, we get them. So we'll work on that. But thank you, Wendy, for all you do for our congregation.